I agree, man. And I think that that actually leads us into our next scripture because it takes a humble person. It takes two humble people or a group of humble individuals to be able to disagree, right? Even agree to disagree and continue to communicate through that. Also, with the understanding of, hey, man, I think also what happens is people just don't want to accept the fact that you have the right to think however you want. At the end of the day,
Right,
man, I can't control your thoughts. You can't
right,
control my thoughts. I can't assume what's on your mind. You can't assume what's on mine. But
right,
if we don't see eye to eye on something, like why is that a problem? It shouldn't be hey man, okay, we disagree here, cool. And
right.
move forward. Right? But then when we do get into these disagreeing moments, are we stirring up, like are we quick to anger, and then next thing you know you got something grievous coming out of your mouth, right? And
Right.
that is also what takes these conversations when we do disagree and it turns them sideways because we don't know how to effectively communicate in those particular situations. And I think yeah, let's go ahead and let's read this next scripture so it can definitely we can elaborate more on this and talk about that because I believe that's definitely like where we are when it comes time for disagreeing with communication. If you want to, brother, that's if you can, Proverbs 15 and
Proverbs
1.
15:1. Yep.
Yes, sir.
A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger.
See, and that's what look at what the Lord is saying though. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Think about that though. In the conversations you've been in, whenever you may have even been feeling some kind of way, and you come to somebody and you and your feelings, and they give you this soft answer, you're not really even expecting that, if we're being honest. Most people don't
Right,
expect to know you about to come with this hard conversation you about to have, and you get this soft answer.
right.
And it does turn away your wrath because you kind of feel like, oh man, hey, that was,
Yeah,
and then you respond differently. But if they get
right,
at you, cussing you out, vulgar language, all these things, you immediately, I know I do, bro. I'm finna, close the bridge,
right,
archers, light your arrows. I'm getting defensive. I'm a human,
right,
man. That's just what's going to happen. But I do think if we apply this scripture far more like the first one and not forgetting to communicate, but now that we're trying to remember to communicate, and if we learn that a soft answer does turn away wrath because we have live examples of this, and we have live examples of grievous words really getting somebody extremely angry very fast, and that
right.
whole conversation goes south, right? And then a lot of things end up getting said that neither one of y'all really didn't mean, but once you say certain things you can't take them back,
Right.
right?
Well, you can't take back nothing you said.
You
not,
you're right about that.
not nothing. It's out there. But yeah, man, it's yeah. I mean, definitely. I've been in a lot of situations where uh, I've given a soft answer to somebody that might have been irritated or frustrated, and you see it brings that it just it brings a calmness to the other person. And I've been in a situation where I've been upset or whatever, and I'm talking to somebody, and it may not even be I'm upset with the individual, but when you're frustrated, you say things in a way that kind of a person could tell it's something wrong with you. You frustrated, right? Because you're not
Hmm.
gonna say it like you would if you weren't under duress or nothing. You're gonna say it in a way that person might say, yeah, they having a bad day. But then when they come with a soft answer, it kind of tames the beast, right? It kind of calms you down and kind of takes that frustration down a few levels. So um, it's definitely one of the tools in the toolbox that we have to remember, um, because a lot of times we want to give the response that you get. If you come
Right.
to me with some disrespect, then that's what I'm gonna give back to you, disrespect. Or if
Disrespect.
you
Right.
come to me and you turned up, you talking kind of reckless, then that's how I'm gonna respond to you, reckless. But if we really about peace and being at peace with your neighbor as much as you possibly can, then we have to be in that mindset of not to just go tick for tack with that. We have to learn, hey, let me give a soft answer, because maybe this person could just be having a bad day. It may not even be me that they got an issue with. They could just be having a bad day, a bad week. I don't know. They could have just got some bad news. Anything could have been going on where now they're not in a mindset of wanting to be nice and cordial. It might be showing that, hey, I'm frustrated, and they may talk in a way that you may not necessarily like. But if you pause and give a soft answer, a lot of times that'll make that person bring it down a few notches, because you never want to give that to a person that's talking to you nice and respectable. If you got any kind of conscience at all, you're gonna say, man, they talking to me so nice and respectful.
Right.
Look how I'm talking. And that causes you to stop talking that way.
You're right.
You're gonna make an extra effort to talk to them respectfully and talk to them kind, no matter what you're going through. So
you're right.
That's, again, man, that's just that's the wisdom of God here, and trying to give us that wisdom, that this is how you handle that situation, man. We can't always go hard at somebody because they going hard at us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And I mean, you said something that was very key, and it's about just having that mindset of thinking about, hey, maybe they're just having a bad day. Right. And a lot of times, I don't know if we really go into conversations thinking about how the other person might be feeling in that present moment, because we do know, right, there are many occasions where you really did have a bad day. Somebody is just coming up to you to greet you, and you respond out of frustration because your day's just been long, or maybe somebody else bothered you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if we, man, that's heavy, because if we really did think about other people prior to speaking, really trying to understand, man, let me see how Obadiah's day was. Maybe we should even ask more clarifying questions before we even get into specific conversations, just so you could check that temperature. Right. Let me see. Because maybe today just ain't the day to have this combo.
I was just gonna say, yeah, exactly. Like you said, hey man, maybe today, maybe we shouldn't talk about this today, because I see you in this mood. I know if you know it's just gonna add fuel to the fire, you say, yeah, we can talk about this later.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm definitely in agreement with you, bro. But we have to be going into that though, looking to communicate, right? As the Lord has told us to forget not, and thinking about the other person. Because at the end of the day, when we're trying to communicate, everybody is, both parties, are all parties involved, a better way to say it. They're all looking to get their point across, and you want to be heard, and you want to feel like you was heard. Right. And sometimes it's best to just wait. Hey man, tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And then that might even give you some time to go back, think about how you want to introduce whatever topic it is, especially because, let's be honest, there are certain conversations that no matter how soft you bring it, it's just gonna hit regardless. Certain topics, there ain't no nice way to say certain things. Like,
Yep.
it's just, you could say it as calm, your body language could be gentle, but the fact of what you're getting ready to say is gonna set is it could potentially trigger regardless. But I do agree with you, man. If you go in there with that soft intent, you check that temperature, all right. And I think sometimes the way we present the information, right? Also kind of breaks that barrier too, and lets that person know, they don't potentially feel as attacked. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Maybe they're just a lot more open. And I believe